neuron called?
Uh,
Axon terminals. What are these called? These are the axon terminals, right? And what do axon terminals do? They meet the other neurons. So let's say there's a neuron here, right? Cell body. So basically, the axon terminals of this will attach what? They will attach the cell bodies and the dendrites. Is that clear?
that's how they communicate.
How they communicate? Yeah.
Yay! I got that one right.
Okay. So these red round structures are the. What are these?
Axon terminal.
Axon terminals. Again, it is the presynaptic neuron. We did this in chapter 11, how they meet action potential come here. These release neurotransmitters and gates open here, a greater potential is produced, right? So, yeah, we don't
What
have
about
to
the vesicles?
Huh?
What about the vesicles?
Vesicles are deep inside, so yeah, we cannot see them now. You guys good? Basically, what are these last portion of the axons called? These are called the axon terminals. They are attached to what? They're attached to either the cell body or they're attached to the dendrites, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I went over the whole thing is what are these pink stuff attached to the dendrites and the cell bodies?
Axon terminal.
Terminals. They're not the dendrites.
I knew like it was had to do with going in.
Basically, if I have to draw, basically we have another neuron here, and these are the last part of the neuron. You got it, guys?
Can you point at axon terminals again?
Yeah, these pink stuff. Pink. What color is this? Red, pink, whatever you mean. And yeah, come here. You can see the vesicles here. This one's
Yeah, I mean, because every time you drew the picture before, I mean, I always picture like it's just in the pictures in the book too.
you see the yellow vesicles in it that has neurotransmitters stored in them.
But for the synapse, that has the it looks like I guess the dent.
So they are attached, but yeah, here they are not shown the synapse. They are not shown. There should actually be a gap between these, right? So if I have to draw this big, it should be something like this. Let's say if this is one axon terminal, and let's say this is part of the cell body. So there should be this gap here, right? It's not attached to it. There's a gap between them. I mean, they cannot keep a gap that fall down, right?
Gotcha. That's what you usually draw.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly, let me repeat. Cell body, agree?
Yes.
The white stuff is the short one, the dendrites. Anything attached to the dendrites are the axon terminals of the other neuron. Excellent. And then there's the axon. The first part of the axon, this red part is the axon hillock. Thank you so much. This is still the axon, right? The part in the middle. And the cell outside is the Schwann cell. But check with your professor also how your professor wants to get the answer. But yeah, if it is pointing to this thing, you are going to call it the myelin sheath. What is this? Myelin sheath. But if it is pointing to this outer membrane of the myelin sheath, what do we call that?
Neurolemma.
Neurolemma. That's the neurolemma. Okay.
But what's the difference?
So on the exam, we just point to the center part here. Okay, guys, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, Seema.
Yeah.
In the middle, it is the Schwann cell. The
Neurolemma.
No. This middle is the myelin sheath, isn't it? The structure is the myelin sheath. But if it is, but if it says what is this cell, then you say it's a Schwann cell. If it says what is this structure, you say it's the myelin sheath. But if you point to this outer membrane, outermost layer, at the edge, that's the neurolemma now. Okay, that's the key thing. Okay. And what is this space, guys? What is the space between the cells called the Schwann cells? What are these spaces called? They're called the
node of Ranvier.
Node of Ranvier. You're awesome. They're called nodes of
Can you
Ranvier.
point that again?
Yeah. If this is one cell, this is another cell, this is another cell, right? So you can see this gap here or this gap here. That is the node of Ranvier. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. Think about it. Okay, guys. Look at this. What is the structure?
Oh man, I fell for that in class.
This looks like connective tissue. What is this? I raised it, but
no, it's the
each one fiber.
axon fiber.
So yeah, what's the connective tissue on the axon fiber called?
The
whole nerve is epi. The fascicle is
perineuron.
peri, and what is individual fiber? Endoneurium. This is endoneurium. Does this make sense now? So remember the picture I drew earlier?
Mm-hmm.
When I drew the picture, I said that this is the axon. Yes? If this is the axon, what is this? These are the myelin sheaths, agree?
Mm-hmm.
And around the myelin sheath, the connective tissue is what? This red connective tissue?
Endoneurium.
You can see that. It's around this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So just make this picture in your head. If it is one fiber, this is one axon, this is endoneurium. Is it coming together?
Yes. What's endoneurium?
this grid fibers.
Great.
You guys good? They're really good model, right? You definitely get it.
What's that little pink thing on top of near the neurolemma?
Oh, that's the nucleus.
Nucleus.
Nucleus of the small cell, right? Remember, we said that this is so tightly. The inner layers are really tightly. You don't see any cytoplasm there, and this nucleus is pushed to the side. Makes sense? Here also, right? You good?